transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Karina ready in her chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
Yeah, here we are.
Hi.
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 I was waiting for it to, get onto this scene so people can hear us when we talk, so...
Oh, hi.
Which, hopefully they can. Yeah, anyway. We've had so much, ever since last week, it's just been trouble after trouble after... So, I watched back last week's show.
Okay.
You remember, we had the problem, everything just went black, and then we had to, switch shit around to get it to work.
Yeah.
So what I failed to recognize was that not only was it picking up the audio from the Rodecaster, it was also picking up the audio from the camera.
Oh.
Yeah, that was fun.
Hi, Laura.
And so then, everything else went wrong over the course of the week, too. So, hey, here we go.
Yeah, so let's see. What technology are you not having problems with? Let's
Switch.
knock on wood when we say this.
My Switch. That still works.
Hi, Jasmine. Thank you.
You
guys should say hi to Joe.
They don't need to say hi to me. I'm not going to say hi to them. Anyway. So the other day, Microsoft was like, hey, we're going to release Windows 11, and these are the software requirements. I'm like, oh, my computer easily hits that. No, it missed a couple of things.
Okay.
One of which is called Secure Boot, which my computer is capable of, but Windows is like, no, your computer can't do that.
Oh.
And then, so I, spent 2 days trying to get it to actually play nice with Windows.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here trying to upgrade my BIOS and shit, and computer's giving me trying to repair Windows, and it's time for work. Hi, Mom. Anyway, it's
Hi,
time.
Mom.
It's time for work. I've got scripts, so I'm sitting here dude, I can't. I got no computer.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me a few minutes. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work.
Yeah.
Because worst case scenario, I record into my laptop.
Right.
Or I record into this guy here.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah. I haven't because I'm still paying for it. But anyway. So, but I figured the best thing to do was I just recorded. My board has a record function.
Right.
So I'm literally sitting in the booth and these are your headlines for today, and this and that and the other day, just reading off my phone.
Yeah.
Recording for one of my regulars.
I'm glad you found a way to make it work.
And I'm sitting here, and the screen that was working, that had all the display on it, was the one in the booth. So
Thank goodness.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I can troubleshoot while I do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have sat out here and done it. I could have done it on a different mic. I could have done it on one of these. I could have done it on the video mic. I could have done it anywhere, really. I just prefer to do it in the booth because it's better sound treated in there.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad out here.
No, it's not.
You should have heard it when I first moved the desk over here. When I plugged in the mics for the first time and I sat down and put headphones on, and it's just whoa, you could hear the room.
Yeah.
And now you can't. So, but yeah, so I'm sitting there doing that, and finally, right as I'm finishing up recording the last one, I figured out how to finally boot into Windows, which was basically, okay, reset everything to how it was before.
Uh-huh.
And then it switched my boot order, which is why, Karina, you look really pretty today. And I don't need them to tell me to tell you that, because I tell you that every day anyway. Anyway, so so finally I boot into Windows, and I got this, and then by the end of the night, I'm, or the next day, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this again, and I finally got it fixed so I can have the secure boot and all that, so I can use Windows 11 when it comes out.
Good.
And Then today, when I went to turn on the computer, it gave me, repairing Windows again. And I'm like, what the fuck? It changed my boot order again to like a hard drive that doesn't even have Windows on it, which is like, there's one instance of Windows. What are you trying to boot into? So fix that, recorded. But on top of that, last night I went to go stream for the first time in God knows how long.
Since playoffs.
Since playoffs started, basically. I was like, ooh, there's no hockey tonight. Wrestling ends at 10. Cool. I'm going to stream for a little bit. I went and hung out with you until like 11:30.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go stream now. And I open up the stream and I get the green screen out and I got everything all set up. And I turn on the Xbox and I get a black screen. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? So I finally, I'm like, okay, now I got to troubleshoot this. So I spent the next 2 hours following the instructions on Microsoft's website. Because it's like, you probably just have a broken update and you just need to install from a USB stick. So here's the files and you just download it to the USB stick. You press these 3 buttons at once. One is on the side of the Xbox, one is in the middle of the front of the Xbox, and one is the other side of the front of the Xbox. So you got to hold down these 3 buttons. So like this, basically. And I almost did. Anyway, Laura says buy a new one.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here, and so it's like trying to do this upgrade, and it's like upgrade failed, and like, well, what the fuck? So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try and reset my Xbox before I decide to like send it off to Microsoft. And I'm like, I'm going to lose all my data because that's like the website. So you'll lose all your data if you do this. So I'm like, fuck it. I guess I got no other choice. Let me try this. I'll probably lose the data if I send it to them anyway.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm like, let me fucking do it. So I hit the button and it's like, do you want to keep your games and apps? Like, yes,
Yeah,
I do.
Probably, yeah.
That's what I was worried I was going to lose. So yes, I do. So I hit that and it reset. And finally it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, hey, cool, I can play Xbox now, but I'm not going to stream at 1 o'clock in the morning knowing I got to work at 2 o'clock. So, anyway, buy Karina some cookie making materials, then buy a new Xbox.
I'm down.
Yeah. I've already spent enough money this week, thank you.
Yeah.
But then today, we ordered food, went in the bedroom to eat, pulled out my phone. Phone's not working.
Oh my goodness, like... Thank goodness you have all these other technologies.
So my phone's not working. I'm just like trying to power it back on. It's not doing anything. I'm like, fuck. Like I don't have insurance on this because like Spectrum is like, oh, we can't offer insurance on phones in New York. Like,
what good are they?
like what the fuck? Like if something happens to this phone, I'm stuck paying for
that sucks.
It's a $700 phone. Like I don't want to do that. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go Google it when we get into when I get into the studio, and then I'm like, but I really want to fix this now. My phone is listening to me now because I said its name.
Oh.
Okay, you can stop listening to me now. Anyway, but then I'm like, screw it. I went and grabbed my old phone, which I can't use on my current network because it's on AT&T and this is on Verizon.
Right.
So I'm like Googling and everything's just like, oh, just hold the power button for 7 seconds. Like, the fuck? You think that's not the first thing I tried? Oh, try charging it. And then it's like, it's fully charged. So I put it on a charger and then I tried it and it still didn't work. And then finally somebody, another site was like, here's how you reset a stuck Google Pixel. You hold the volume down button and hold the power button for like 7 seconds. Like, okay, nobody else has said that. Let me try that. And sure enough, boot right up.
That's great.
Luckily, I've had all this issue with technology and everything is working for the time being.
Laura, thank you.
Speaking
for my hair looks better than Joe's braids. That made me laugh. Thank you.
Speaking of knocking on things.
Yeah.
So we got new furniture.
Oh, here. And
hold on with that. Don't show them yet.
I know. And, like, the truth is that we have the greatest friends because all we had to do was say, like, Ashton, Cam, we know you can lift this. And
so here's the thing: is Brian a couple of weeks ago was like, "Hey, do you guys want a couch?"
And
we're
we've
like,
been in the market for some new furniture, so
Well,
yes.
"We've been looking for a couch. Yeah, we're interested in a couch." He's like, "Okay, well, you guys got to come get it. Just figure out how to come get it."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We could probably do that. And then he's like, "My partner will pay for a rental truck.
Yeah.
Just show up with some guy with a couple of strong guys, and get it out of here."
Yeah, which is amazingly generous.
So I'm just like, well, I know a couple of guys who like to lift heavy things.
Right, we do.
I'm not one of them. So let me get them.
Yeah.
I mean, I would if I had to. You know what I mean? Like, if I could only get one of them, I would have helped.
Right.
But it's like, I know two guys who like to lift things. So we went back and forth with Ashton and Cam all week last week, trying to get that coordinated. And finally, Thursday, we all got together. And
I wasn't here.
And
I was at work.
Yeah, they were getting they had to get the old couch out first. And they were having a lot of difficulty doing that. So they're in the doorway, they're trying to get this couch out. They're like, maybe we can break the wood because like nobody's going to take this couch anyway.
Yeah.
So Cam's like, "You got a hammer?"
Yeah.
Like, "Yeah, of course I got a hammer. Hold on, let me get you a hammer." So I go in the drawer, I grab a hammer, I hand it to him. Now, the way that this is configured right now is Cam is outside.
Okay.
Ashton is inside the house. And Ashton's girlfriend, Allie, is in the hallway.
Pinned behind the door.
She's like behind the door. And we got like a door with like the glass windows with the grid pattern thing kind of deal. So she's behind the door. Cam takes the hammer, starts hammering away, pounding away, just boom, 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 just nailing, like just trying to break the wood on the couch. And Allie is standing behind the door like, next thing I know, Cam hands me back my hammer in 2 pieces.
Does this mean we have 2 hammers now?
I think it means we need to buy a new one.
Well, regardless of the situation with the hammer, I owe some strong men some dinner.
They eventually did get the couch outside. They got the table outside.
Yes.
Which I didn't tell them they had to take the table out until like the day of, and Ashton's like, "You keep adding stuff on." I'm like, "Dude, I found out this morning."
I was sick of looking at it.
And then like as it's sitting outside, because I thought somebody would take it right away, because
Right.
it's a good table regardless of the paint on it.
Right. It's a craft table.
So I'm thinking like somebody would take it, and I'm just looking at it all the way up until like Sunday night before garbage goes out, and I'm just like, I should bring that back in.
Shit.
Like I should not have. I should have said no. We're keeping it.
Yeah.
I should have brought it back, and I wish I don't necessarily wish I did.
We have other surfaces.
But I mean, it was a big surface to be able to do stuff
You
on.
can use the kitchen table.
But like that wobbles,
No, it doesn't.
doesn't it?
No, I use it for cookies, for like rolling out cookies and shit.
Okay.
I fixed the wobbly leg.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well then,
We still need a new hammer.
we do need a new hammer.
I mean, it's possible that I have a hammer somewhere.
I sent you a picture on Messenger that says something like, Cam broke something. Anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh. I just got a script to talk about one of my favorite wrestlers tonight of all time.
Which wrestler is that?
Raven.
Okay, I knew that he was like in the top, and I don't know. I know that
You know what that means? That means I got to find my picture of me with Raven.
that is. I have to tell you, I let Jasmine, I'm blowing you up right now. I let Jasmine go through a whole garbage bag of clothes I was getting rid of. And she's looking at the t-shirts. She's like, I don't know who this is, but the colors are really nice. Do you know who it was?
Who?
Fucking Macho Man. Even I knew.
That's it. She's disowned.
But then I remembered I was a kid when Macho Man was, popular.
But Macho
So-
Man has achieved like meme status,
But
right? Like
I think so. But when I said, he was a wrestler back at the same time as like Hulk, she's like, oh, okay. Like she wasn't completely clueless,
So
she didn't know. She knew who Hulk was.
she knows who Hulk Hogan is, but she doesn't know who Randy Savage is. She's disowned. Anyway,
Jasmine, we love you.
she doesn't know who Macho Man Randy Savage is.
I know, and I almost like blew up her spot at that moment and called you in, but I think that you couldn't hear me.
You think it would be better on? I heard somebody call my name, and I said yeah, and nobody responded. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going back to whatever the fuck it was I was doing.
Well,
So
we try. You
I was
pull up in here.
I think I was listening to some vinyl. I was using Discogs, and I was actually like paying attention, like actually doing what the recommended
Oh.
said.
Nice.
I'm like, super hits, superstars. What in the fuck is that? All right, sure, whatever.
What was it?
It's like a compilation record that just goes from like song to song to song to song to song. Like there's no like gaps in between.
Oh,
There's
neat.
like 40 fucking songs on it. And I'm pretty sure the reason I kept that record was it's got Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison on it.
Oh,
So-
right. I feel like my sister has a couple Van Morrison records that were either my mom's or my dad's.
I joined Amazon's Vinyl of the Month Club.
Yes, that is pretty cool.
It is. So, like, the reason I joined, this is the third month now that they're in this. I didn't know about it until just a couple of weeks ago. And so, what it is, they send you a record from what they consider the golden era of, like, the 70s.
Okay.
So, like, the first record was Pink Floyd The Wall.
Nice.
And I'm just like, I own Pink Floyd The Wall.
Yeah.
But I own an original pressing of Pink Floyd The Wall, so I wouldn't have minded getting a brand new pressing of Pink Floyd The Wall.
Right.
Especially like the Vinyl of the Month Club is like $25 a month, and that record goes for like 40 or 50.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay. And then the second record was London Calling by The Clash.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of convinced.
Yeah.
I would love to have that in my collection too. So
I'm surprised you don't.
I'll sign up. You don't know what you get until they ship it.
Does everybody get the same one?
Yes, everybody gets the same
Okay.
one. And of course, I signed up, and they're like, "Okay, your first record will be here in 2 days." And then I got Aretha Franklin, "Amazing Grace."
I mean, you can't really complain that much.
Well, so my first thought was, "Ooh, I don't have any Aretha Franklin."
Right, exactly.
And then I started reading the track listing, and it's all like hymns and gospel songs and shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I want Aretha Franklin, but how often am I going to listen to Aretha Franklin sing about God
Right.
and how
I mean,
much she
you
loves
might need
Jesus?
some spiritual uplifting at some point.
Maybe, I don't know. But it is going for like $40 on Discogs.
Okay.
So
Well, maybe you can do that.
maybe I'll do that. So if anybody wants Amazing Grace by Aretha Franklin, I think that might be going up for sale before I even bother opening it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like Amazon, but Amazon sells it for like 30 and I only paid 25 for it. So
Yeah, so it's a win.
yeah. So, yeah.
Laura says you'll be listening to that tomorrow.
Nah.
I bet she's right.
I do have my shipment from vinyl.org.
Okay.
Is my May shipment is now on the way.
Okay.
Finally. So they're only like a month behind now.
Okay.
So that's on the way. So I don't know what's going to be in that. It's always fun to get that and
It
just
is.
like see what's in it. And I know like last month was like, I've never heard of this band, but they're really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like just this hardcore band that I wasn't familiar with. And, like this, I got Common, who is like hip hop legend.
Right,
like,
right.
okay, yeah, I'm down with listening to Common. And then the other one was like a group called Iron Chic, and it was like recommended if you like hot water music. I'm like, I own one of their albums, and I didn't want to get rid of it immediately. So
I feel like I listened to Iron Chic in the 90s.
maybe I don't know.
I feel like I really want to check that record out and
You know,
see if it's who I'm thinking it is.
I've listened to an Iron Sheik since the 80s, but he wants to break Hulk Hogan's back and make him humble.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Uh,
Yeah.
he tweeted the other day about Cher. He actually tweeted to Cher.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Twitter, and then I got to look up the Iron Sheik. I don't know his handle off the top of my head. The Iron. Helps if I type.
How do you spell chic?
E-I-K.
Oh, there he is.
The Iron Sheik. Find this one to...
That's a nice mustache.
Find the one that he wrote to share. It's in here somewhere. No, I don't know. Just, yeah, anyway.
He tweets a lot.
Oh, here we go. Hello, Cher. If I could turn back time and I could find a way, I would beat the living fuck out of the jabroni Hulk Hogan, break his fucking neck, make him humble. Have a good day. Used to read Chic tweets all the time on Board Wrestling Fan.
Did you?
Anything you can do, I can beat the fuck out of you. Oh, yeah, Iron Sheik's the man. Anyway.
That's pretty amusing.
I mean, that Iron Sheik. The other Iron Sheik, I liked the album. It was good.
Okay, yeah, I really would like to check that out.
I was chatting with somebody in the vinyl group today. We were talking about the Bare Naked Ladies greatest hits.
Is that why you were playing Bare Naked Ladies before the show started?
No, I was just like, I want to find something to play on guitar, and it was like right down at the bottom of my list, which means it was like one of my newest added songs to my list. Which there was that one, and there was I think Old Apartment is also in my list.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I got a nice little collection going here. I didn't go to the record store last week. I didn't leave the house last week.
No. Madison comes this week, right?
No, next week. Yes, this week.
Next week is in
this week. Yes,
as
this
in
week.
a couple days.
Yes.
Right.
Because when she was leaving, I told her mother, hey, the next time I have her, I need you to pick her up early because it's the 2nd and we're going to the show. And then I get a text later like, hey, my mom wants me to let you know that the 2nd is Friday. And I looked and I'm like, you are correct. Your mom does not have to pick you up early. So, because Friday we are going to Mohawk Place.
I am so excited. This is my first show back.
It is.
You've gone to a couple.
This is my second time seeing Over and Out back.
Right.
We're not only we're going to that. We're also going to a bunch of other stuff that we just picked up tickets for. I mean, we've already talked about like Rancid and Dropkick Murphys.
Yes.
We've talked about Bayside and the Bomb Pops.
That's the one with Hawthorne Heights, right?
With Hawthorne Heights.
Yeah, that's the only band I know on that bill.
We've talked about Anti-Flag.
Yes.
And so we added a couple of more this week. So like I get tagged in a post in the middle of the week. And it's middle of last week. And it's Limp Bizkit is coming to Rapids Theater.
Huh.
And it was my buddy Greg tagged me in the comments because just tagged me a bunch of other people that would probably want to go see Limp Bizkit with him.
Yeah.
And I couldn't respond. I couldn't react. I couldn't do anything. The only thing I could do on Rapids Theater's page is share their post. They blocked me because I called them out on their bullshit.
Right.
So then I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking like all the way up until Friday, like, do I want to buy these tickets? Do I want to buy these tickets? Do I want to buy these tickets? And I'm like, and then it's like, oh, Bad Religion and Alkaline Trio are coming to Riverworks. And I'm like, and tickets go on sale Friday.
Right.
Okay. That's one alternative.
It is.
And then it's like Flogging Molly, the Violent Femmes, and Me First and the Gimme Gimmes are coming to the Main Street Armory in Rochester.
I can't even handle that.
And I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm buying these two shows instead of Limp Bizkit tickets because fuck Rapids Theater.
Yes.
So, that's what I did. I bought Flogging Molly tickets and I bought Bad Religion tickets. So we're going to those.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
We got to figure out bus to Rochester. I got to call my old boss and get hooked up with a hotel room out in Rochester.
Yeah.
Cheap hotel room out in Rochester.
Right. And yeah, it's going to be really fun. We'll get to walk around and have a night on the town like our first date.
Brian comments on Bad Religion's post or like After Dark's post about the Bad Religion show. And he goes, oh, the Living Brain Dead would love to open the show. I'm like, look at Brian out here, like volunteering us for shows he can't even fucking play.
Oh man.
He goes, listen, I would cut my arm off to open for Bad Religion.
Right.
And fair enough.
Yeah.
So I get to thinking about it. Like, if we open for Bad Religion, I need to make a Godsmack reference.
Yeah.
Because Godsmack has a song called Bad Religion.
It's true.
Which is their best song, if we're being honest.
You think?
I think so.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I used to play Godsmack covers in my band in high school. Like,
Where's Dewey? We're talking about Sully Erna.
I know.
Anyway, so I'm thinking like I need to like if we do open for Bad Religion, I need to be like, hey, you guys know Godsmack has a song called Bad Religion? It's their like only good song, but I saw them back in like 2004. Anybody seen Godsmack before? You get this little 5'0" guy, 98 pounds soaking wet, comes out, sings these, deep vocals. Like, and you look at him like, that sound's coming out of that guy.
Right.
And then he walks up to the microphone. Hey guys, we're Godsmack from Boston, Massachusetts. How you doing tonight? Sickness, bro.
I haven't seen Godsmack live, but I worked a Sully Erna show, and
so you know.
I know, yeah. And he had his puppy with him at the time, and I picked up like an amp head and was walking. I mean, this, it was a pretty heavy thing to not be on wheels, and I'm walking to like load it out, and Sully and his puppy just crossed my path, and I almost stepped on them.
Which was bigger, Sully or the puppy?
It was about the same. I mean, they're both adorable, though.
I mean, I own that first Godsmack album on CD.
Yeah.
But like it was just one of those bands. It was around that time where I was just kind of falling out of love with new metal.
Yeah.
And like that whole like metal scene and getting more into like punk and hard rock and like. I'm cool with listening to Metallica. I don't need to listen to fucking, Slipknot. So it was around that time. And like, I was also getting sick of like some local bands because they kept playing the same set over and 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 over again.
Okay.
And if you want to see that same set over and over again, you can go see them at the Rapids Theater. Anyway.
Ouch. It's not really wrong, though.
Anyway, no, it is probably a completely different set because I'm sure they are playing stuff off of their later albums instead of just their first two.
Yeah,
And now that I'm in a band and I have like an 8-song EP and much more than that, I'm like, okay, I get it. Anyway, except I'm not playing the same venue every month.
That's true.
Anyway, not that we complained back then.
Right. That
was
true.
the hangout.
It was something to do then.
That was the hangout, the American Legion down on Pine Avenue.
Yeah.
That was the hangout, right next to the fish market there.
I'm rubbing up on plastic like a cat.
When am I singing My Way? Karina, tell her when I'm singing My Way. What was I doing right before we went on the air? I was literally singing My Way by Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. You know what popped up in my memories on Facebook? It was about me hearing Joe singing in the shower. And he was singing, "Whoa, there she goes."
Well,
She's a man
I mean,
eater.
she only comes out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing's new. I've seen her here before.
I love how you just know every word to every song and every Simpsons reference ever.
Sean posted something. My best friend Turtle, he posted something yesterday. And it was like a video of like a drill instructor, like training guys how to be married. Like
oh, I saw that.
Like, say yes, honey, and so I responded with 3 pictures from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It was a sequence. It was, 1, when a woman says nothing's wrong, that means everything's wrong.
It's true.
When a woman says everything's wrong, that means everything's wrong.
It's true.
And when a woman says something isn't funny, you better not laugh your ass off.
It's also true.
Yeah. I do love me a good Simpsons reference.
I know you do.
Which crossed over with my love of Hall & Oates a couple of weeks ago on the season finale. No, I think it was actually like a couple of weeks before that. Lisa was like into a Morrissey-inspired singer from the 80s, and Principal Skinner's like, oh, these kids, they get to listen to any music from any time frame they want, so they become obsessed with these artists from the 80s. And then it cuts out to Martin Prince with headphones on. Oh, here she comes. And I just laughed my ass off because I'm just like, yes, this is the best reference The Simpsons has ever made.
So when we come back,
yes,
we're going to have, it is that time. When we come back,
I should probably open Zoom.
We're going to be talking to Mike from On the Cinder.
We are. I'm going to open Zoom right now.
I think that's a great idea.
And hit new meeting because he's probably trying to get in with no meeting open. Anyway, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to play some music. And up first is our dear friends in Exham Priory. And if you go to their page right now, facebook.com, I assume /Exham Priory, you can pre-order a live album on vinyl from them.
That's awesome.
It's a limited edition, I think like 100 copies on purple vinyl.
Ooh.
They have to sell like 15 more of them for them to get them to press, though.
Oh.
So go order from Exham Priory, because I want my Exham Priory vinyl.
Heck yes.
This is from their first album. It's called, which is called From Darker Tides. And this song is called Another Round on All WNY, the Think So Joe Show. Exham Priory on all WNY Think So Joe show.
Heck yes.
I'm going to hit admit here, and we're going to get Mike Jacobs from On the Cinder on in just a minute. They've got
There
a
he
great show there.
goes.
Hey,
There
there
he
he is. We'll bring
goes.
him up on the Zoom call on the screen here. And there he is.
Hi, Mike. Yep.
They can't. Hold on one second.
Oh.
Now they should be able to hear you.
Let's,
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on,
they can hear
guys?
you. Okay.
Hey, how are ya?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Did you guys get a new camera? You guys are like HD now. Or maybe I just had a bad laptop last time I watched.
Probably since last time we've talked to you.
I think we might have had this camera the last time
Maybe
we
a
talked to you,
different
but ever
lens?
since we probably one, the different lens, and two, like ever since we turned to this way, everybody's like, wow, you guys look like actual YouTubers now.
Yeah.
So, so
Yeah.
it might be
Yes.
a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, you guys look great.
Thanks, you too, of course. So, what have you been up to?
Not much. The band's on the Cinder. We're rolling. Been doing a lot of writing through the pandemic. We did that fundraising effort for Jericho Road that you guys were a part of. Thank you guys again for being a part of that. That was a lot
super
of fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's right.
I
That's
don't
the
know
last time
what
we
we'll
had them
do.
on.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do for Christmas this year, but we have to like catch up on that still. We have a few more to do, but we're very close to being done finally. So it'll be Christmas in July or August. We'll see. But we're almost done with that. Besides that, we're finally playing a show in Buffalo.
Yeah. We're going to be there.
We will be.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
It's always good to have you guys.
is this your first show back since everything?
First Buffalo show.
First Buffalo
We
show.
played we played like a party outside in a park a couple weeks ago in Rochester.
That's pretty
It
cool.
was really cool. Yeah, people were like receptive. I think people are just thirsty for music and entertainment and getting out and stuff. So we got a cool taste of that, and ready to come home, play Mohawk Place.
Fuck yeah.
This is Karina's first show since
Yeah.
like my band played with Head P in Niagara Falls last year.
Yeah.
So she's
I'm anxious as hell, but I've been working, so it's not like I'm afraid of people. It's just like I haven't been to a show. Like, what am I gonna wear? My shoes might not match my outfit. What am I gonna
she
wear?
wakes me up this she asked me, was it last night you asked me? You're like, do you know what you're gonna wear on Friday?
I
I'm
did.
like,
I think I woke up out of a sleep and I was like, what are you gonna wear?
I don't know, maybe a shirt with my face on it. I have no idea. Like
Yeah, it's gonna be so weird. There's gonna be so much to like catch up on
I
and
know.
remember how to do again. Like, how do I do my hair? I gotta get a haircut before the show. I wear like different button ups for shows now because I'm wearing a GOA shirt. But I'm
Nice.
just so tired of wearing a black shirt all the time. So I wear like a button up shirt.
Fair enough.
I gotta pick that out.
Yeah.
It'll be different. It'll be weird.
Yeah, it's just stuff that we did so naturally a couple of years ago. It's just we just don't remember how it's out of routine.
And now it's the first time in so long. It's like there's like pressure to do it the right way.
Yeah.
It's like it's exciting.
It's very
to be back.
exciting. Yeah.
this will be my I think third show I'm going to
That seems
since
like-
since the pandemic's been, I guess, over. I don't want to say over because it's not, but winding down, I guess, since I got vaccinated. Let's at least say that.
Yeah.
This will be my second time seeing Over and Out.
Right.
Since then, and I'm really excited to get to hang out with you guys and see you guys and see Star Juice for the first time.
Right.
Yeah. Starjuice kind of just Sid Flanagan got going during the pandemic, I guess, with some people that used to hang out at Noiseland, and I'm sure like at various, house venues around town. Excited for that. Sally from Over and Out, she's been awesome about like coordinating the show. Ryan Gurnett booked it, and he and Sally are doing a great job keeping us all connected, and we're ready for this.
Excellent.
And they prepared us the right way.
Good.
Good. We saw a promo video you guys put out.
Oh my gosh, that was adorable.
I was going to bed last night and I opened up Instagram and it's like, you have 2 messages. And I'm like, I have 2 messages. And they were both from Karina. And one of them was that. I didn't see it on your timeline, but she sent it over to me.
Yeah. He was in the next room. I could have just stood up and showed him.
That's true. You know what I should have done? I should have thought about it beforehand, programmed it in the computer. I could show everybody else what I'm talking about. But I guess they're just going to have to go on your Instagram.
Yeah, it's on our Facebook page too.
Okay.
I didn't know that was like a real song, like a real artist did it. I thought it was like a joke or a meme. But I think the artist is called Vitus. They're like a Russian singer, and they do the like tongue roll thing. And I don't know, I try to get creative with promo videos because we're just like on the Cinders, like 3 white dudes, like, you know, everyone's seen that before, and we just try to have a sense of humor about things, try to, you know, be like goofy and vulnerable, whereas our music is usually very like heavy and sarcastic. So you know, it's very Western New York of us.
That's why we love hanging out with you guys, getting you guys on the show and going to Noiseland, interviewing you guys, or you guys coming on via Zoom or whatever the case. Like, it's always fun to have you guys.
And it always ends in Simpsons references.
It does usually end in Simpsons or pro wrestling references, thanks to me and Tyler.
Well, at least I understand the Simpsons references. The wrestling references are just like over my head.
You guys played with the Boss Tones at Anthology, and I went up with you. And there's a place right across from Anthology. I don't know the name of it offhand, but it's a cereal bar. And and we're out walking around. It was me and Alex and a bunch of other people that came up with you. And we're walking by and somebody notices the cereal bar. I'm like, wait a minute, I know about this place. And I had to rush in and tell Tyler, like, Tyler, this place across the street, this cereal bar is owned by like this former WWE wrestler. Because I knew he would know exactly who I was talking about.
Who was it?
His name's Colin Delaney.
Oh yeah, I don't know who he is. But...
He used to wrestle like WWE used to have like an ECW brand, which is what NXT basically is now. And Colin Delaney was on that, and then he's from Rochester and used to wrestle on the indies around here. He changed his gimmick to like the extremely cute wrestler, or ECW, Colin Delaney. Anyway.
Oh.
Anyway.
Clever.
Anyway.
I'm not really the wealth of wrestling knowledge, but I will tell you, we had practice the other day and got really juiced up to one promo. It was either Scott Steiner or his brother. He was wearing like the chainmail outfit.
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah. And he was talking about how who he was fighting had like a certain percentage.
Steiner math.
Yeah. It was like 33 1/3%, like you're going down. And then he just did all this ridiculous math that I couldn't keep up with. But Jay got a 3 in math and he said it was totally incorrect. So
have you ever seen the Steiner math?
No.
Okay, we're gonna have to show you that at some point.
Oh, great.
But I will tell you this about that is my kid was over the one day a few years ago, and she's just like she's watching YouTube on her phone or on the TV or something, and all of a sudden I hear, "Let me tell you about this, Samoa Joe. When you get in a ring with me, you have a 33 and a chance." I'm just like, my kid is watching this Scott Steiner promo. What's and she's like, oh, it's just on a list of like, you know, funny things from the internet. Like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, you're not that into wrestling or anything, but you at least know who Macho Man is, right?
Oh, of course I do.
Okay,
yeah.
Jasmine,
I'm sure Joe's got
that.
a great macho voice too.
We had Jasmine over yesterday, and she found my Macho Man T-shirt, and she's like, "Oh, the colors are pretty, but I don't know who this is." But we have to remember that she's much younger than we are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like you're younger than we are too.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, I know him from being Bonesaw in Spider-Man, right?
Oh,
Is that
Bonesaw
right?
is ready. Yeah.
I don't. I
Yeah.
didn't.
That is him.
That's him. Yeah.
That's great, but I didn't see that. I don't watch
Tyler would
movies.
slap me for my lack of knowledge, but
I don't watch movies either, but I know who that is.
Of course.
At least the character, like I've seen that part of the movie anyway.
Mhm.
And of course, there's like memes of like, Spider-Man up on the cage and Randy Savage look at him like, with a trace of blood in his cocaine system.
I'm gonna laugh about that for weeks. That's
Yeah.
just awesome.
One of our listeners, Laura, she wants to know, why is there a coat hook in the middle of your room?
There's a guitar. They're actually guitar hooks.
Oh,
You can see that one's hung
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
and that one's holding up a towel.
gotcha. Okay,
This is my like changing room. So
gotcha.
Nice.
yeah, this is our office, but it's like, I don't know. It would be the music room, but I took over the attic, so that's like where I do the Flower House record stuff, and like my amps are up there and stuff. So a little hot for that right now, though.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I got to turn the AC on after we get you off the
Right.
get into the next song, but like,
Yeah, it's starting to warm up in the studio.
yeah, it's what is it, 72 degrees and sunny, and that's still too hot for me.
Outside it's just fine today.
Oh yeah, sure.
But it's sitting in the studio or sitting in an attic does
We got
not
all
sound.
got all the lights on and everything too. So
Mhm. Yeah, Joe, I actually checked out your new YouTube channel, and it's pretty cool. I watched the Love Canal one.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of good feedback about that Love Canal video from Monday, and it's just people who live in Niagara Falls, people who've never heard of it, who've heard of Niagara Falls but didn't know that like there's a toxic waste dump,
Right.
and just a lot of positive feedback about that episode. So credit to my writer Kevin.
Of course.
He's coming up with great topics lately. So
And this is also Kevin from The Living Brain Dead.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to play with used dudes eventually. Like once things really get picked up.
Yeah.
Like this show
Hopefully.
Friday is gonna be a big feeler. Like and it's really evolved because it was like when it was first booked a couple months ago, it was at like a third capacity tabled. Then it was like half capacity, no table. Now it's full capacity and regular standing, so it's not tables. Masks are encouraged, though from what they've told me is that like if you aren't vaccinated, please to wear a mask, but they won't be checking. So it's just going to be part of the whole, respect aspect of like defining, we got to define what the new normal is going to be. So I think just the music community caring about each other is like what's really going to
I saw a show
set up how things move on.
I saw a show there was probably half, maybe 75% capacity at that point. Chairs. And if you were not sitting in a chair, you were supposed to be wearing a mask, but by the end of the night, the chairs were all gone and nobody was wearing masks. But I think, for the most part, I think everybody there was vaccinated. So I didn't feel like super uncomfortable or anything. Plus me being vaccinated, and I'm less worried about me getting sick. So I'm more concerned about getting other people sick, but everybody I hang out with regularly is now vaccinated. My kid just got hers
2 weeks ago.
about a week and a half ago. So Saturday when she comes over will be the first time she's fully vaccinated back here.
Awesome.
So hopefully got to find something to do with her after not sleeping after going to your show Friday.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. Like for the show, I'll probably have like a mask hooked around my ear. I'm vaccinated. Everyone on the Cinder is. Maybe like just for hugs, like I'll whip it on real quick, just because we miss so many people, and it would be weird to do a show without hugs. It's
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
like, we are a big community, and this is our first time back to see so many people. But just a little quick mask and take it off when I'm ready to have my next beer. Or
Right
whatever.
on.
that's what I'm comfortable with, and I'll respect what other people feel too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that show, we all started trying to follow the mask policies, and then as like, the Wolf Tickets played, and then the Abrupters played, and it's just like, okay, well, we're just gonna skank now, So basically, all of the seats except the one I was sitting in were like moved off to the side. So, but yeah, it's gonna be great to.
I was wondering how they were gonna. I wondered how they did that at Mohawk with like it being sort of like theater like style where the leading up to the stage is all a decline.
Yeah.
How did tables work?
They didn't have tables for that one. It was all chairs. So I don't know how they were doing tables before that, but that one was just chairs. And they also have like, like you go up that set of steps right there, and there's that little tiny like balcony area. That's where they're like, oh, if you're, not vaccinated and you're not wearing a mask, you got to sit up here. So I don't know if that's still the case or what the deal is, but it's going to be nice to go back to Mohawk and not have to worry about like, I have to find a seat. I have to, I have to get there super early so I don't miss out on being able to go in because they're only at, half capacity or whatever the case. Like I've done Mohawk and I've done Good Bar, and Good Bar was like right before they announced like the 70% vaccination rate and the state opening up and everything. So that was still like, well, we want you to sit at tables, but you don't really have to. But if you're up and about, maybe wear a mask unless you're vaccinated, then you don't have to. But it was still like, it was still, they tried to keep everybody separate and safe and everything. So it's going to be a little different going to Mohawk this time with everything open and everybody there and able to move around and go wherever they want. And not necessarily wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I think Mohawk is just they're gonna drive home certain points, like as you come into their establishment, just like, certain restrictions and guidelines, just to have people conscious of what's going on. Like, pandemic is still happening, and there could be other strands out there, and we're not through it. But this is, we're in a point of most people are vaccinated. I think like 75% of New York State is at this point. So, that's a lot better than when we were, where we were even, 3 or 4 months ago.
Right.
A buddy of mine this morning was like, oh, I've been putting off getting the vaccine. I'm like, dude, why? Because he doesn't strike me as an anti-vaxxer, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, dude, why? Why aren't you getting it? Like, it's literally, it's painless, and side effects for me were minimal. I don't know about you. How were you when you got your shots?
The second one, I definitely got that, like, not COVID flu. People exaggerate, but I definitely felt like kind of hungover. I was like, I got a headache, got like a fever, but then I was fine in a couple hours. It seems like there are a lot of people that aren't, anti-vaxxers. They're more like a little stitious.
Yeah.
They're not superstitious. They're just a little stitious about it,
They're just stitious. They're not super. When we were going to get our
feeling that from the office.
When we were going to get our first shots, our Uber driver was telling us that he had some, African-American passengers who were uncomfortable getting the shots, saying that, they read on the internet that it's designed to kill black people, which is okay. I can, given how this country works sometimes,
like
I could see being a little afraid if in that case, but I mean, they're giving you the same shot they're giving me. So
right.
Presumably.
Right. I mean, the conspiracy theories can go on forever, but that doesn't make them true. Let's hope.
Right.
Yeah,
let's hope.
For sure. There's just not been a strong enough backing, like, consensus around getting vaccinated, and it's really sad because it's probably cost some people their health and their lives. But hopefully, as we keep progressing, things will keep getting better. Like, I know certain areas of the country, the vaccine isn't as readily available And in Canada, like they don't have the
Yeah.
vaccine or something.
They
I
have
don't
the
know what's
vaccine.
going
It's
on
just
there.
It's just not available to everybody.
it's in like very limited supply there, which is just, crazy. Like I'm thankful I live here and can get the vaccine that,
Yeah.
as quickly as I was able to.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, for once, that is a really good
For
point.
once, I'm happy to live in America, Yeah, no, I was supposed to go see Guns N' Roses, like in the middle of next month in Toronto, but that show got canceled. And now I'm just waiting for Ticketmaster to refund me.
Did you miss out on anything that got canceled during pandemic? Any shows or any other events?
Well, we got really lucky actually because we got our like usual January into February tour in, which is when we do Florida, Texas, and California.
Mhm.
That was over by February. Nothing was really planned beyond that. Like a couple New England shows, but like New England's pretty close, so we already have our plan worked out to be back there in November. So
Great.
it is a long time when you think about it. How long, like March 2020 to now, has been.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it's a huge chunk of time, and maybe it's best that I kind of forgot about a lot of it. Just moving on,
Did you get that like weird sensation like I got where time is moving super fast but also super slow? Like it just seems like the months are just going by, but it's like it's still February of last year.
Yeah. That's the whole time is relative thing. It's
Yeah.
like if you're busy, then time moves fast. But if you're not busy, it just is snail's pace
Yeah.
with everything.
So you guys are playing Friday at Mohawk Place. Karina's got the info somewhere, I think, but I know it's $7. $7. What
Yep.
time do you got there?
I don't have it. Oh, it's right here.
Seven-
It's right on the
7
top of
p.m.
the page. 7 p.m., $7. Over and out on the Cinder Star Juice Live at Mohawk.
So that's coming up Friday. We're gonna be there.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
Hope to see.
Mike will probably be there.
I would hope
Think so?
I hope Mike goes.
If I had to flip a coin, I would say Mike's going to be there.
I haven't seen Mike since like December. It'd be
I
great to
know.
see him again.
I know.
I miss you guys.
Miss you
Miss
too.
you guys a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be a great show. I mean, Over and Out puts on a great show. On the
Yeah.
Cinder put on a great show. I'm sure Star Juice
I mean,
will put on a great show. It's Sid.
Sid doesn't half-ass anything she does, so we can know that
True.
we're looking forward to that. Yeah, so
Is her movie out on DVD yet? Can we get it
I
signed?
don't know. Is there anything you want to add about this show or anything else that you guys have coming up?
We have new music coming out in the fall.
Awesome.
Vinyl plants are extremely backed up. Joe, I'm sure that's affected you with any of your pre-orders, because I know you're a huge vinyl collector.
Specifically from Fat Records, but otherwise,
Oh, yeah.
everything's come out and gotten to me on time. So
Yeah. But we'll have a new release coming out probably November, like early November date.
So
And singles will be coming out before then. And we'll definitely have the whole band on, if you guys will have us for the show. you know.
oh, absolutely.
So new
Yeah.
release means another show, obviously. Are you guys even thinking
Probably.
about that yet?
Oh yeah, we try to plan well in advance. We're trying to get something together before summer's over, before everyone runs back inside.
Mhm.
It's just hard to find the right venue to do an outside thing,
Mm-hmm.
especially with all the restrictions on so many businesses right now. But yeah, you guys will be in the know. Maybe we'll
Awesome.
have the Living Brain Dead play if you guys are up for it.
If we have a bass player.
Those are a dime a dozen. You hardly need one.
Just hit the kick drum a little harder.
We're actually having a meeting tomorrow to try and figure out where we go from here. 'Cause
Yeah.
our bass player can't even pick up a guitar pick right now, let alone a
Yeah.
guitar. So,
Yeah.
What happened?
oh, he
He has a pinched nerve that is wrapped around a herniated disc and is in discussions with a surgeon. So it's going to be, big steps, but he won't be in pain anymore, and that's really like what it's come down to.
Basically, he's got surgery Friday. They're telling him that there is a chance he might never play guitar again. So we're rooting for him. We're all optimistic that it's going to go well and he'll be able to play. But I mean, the important thing, of course, is going to be for him to not be in this amount of pain anymore. So
he's in so much pain that he's ill from it. So
yeah. Well, best wishes to him. Hopefully that works out.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get us on a bill, you can ask, and we'll see what we can do. We're like I said, discussing tomorrow, so hopefully we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we love you guys, and we're gonna play some of your music now. What are we gonna play?
We love you guys too.
We're gonna play the title track off of their latest album, Lamplighter.
Awesome.
Which you can get on vinyl. I've got a copy around here somewhere. Probably over there.
Yeah.
Probably. Anyway.
So we'll see you Friday, Mike. Thanks for coming on.
Love you guys. See you later.
Love you. Take care, man. We'll see you Friday.
Bye.
All right. And here is On the Cinder. And this song is called Lamplighter on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
I won't give up on you. I won't give up on you. My friend, it's been too long. Seems like yesterday we just met. But something's different now. A face shrouded in disappointment. And I can see it in your tired eyes. I can feel it in your trembling hands. All you ever wanted was to light the way. The rules are taken to the game. I won't give up on you. You don't quit on me. A life unsupported, let your hopes contorted. This is not what you set out to be. I won't give up on you. Just don't give up on me. I won't give up on you. Just don't give up on me. Overwhelmed. All you ever wanted was to light the way, but the rules all change since you began. I won't give up on you. You don't quit on me. A life unsupported, let your hopes contorted. This is not what you set out to be. I won't give up on you. Just don't give up on me. I won't give up on you. Just don't give up on me. Reach out to wrong and grab onto my head. This is not what you came for. It's not how it ends. Reach out to wrong and grab onto my head. This is not what you came for. It's not how it ends. Searching for a beacon, something to believe. I won't give up on you. Just don't give up on me. Searching for a beacon, something to believe. I won't give up on you. Just don't give up on me.
That was On the Cinder on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. I gotta turn the AC back off.
Oh. I did cool it down a little, though.
Just a hair.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Yeah.
You know what I gotta get is that little fan that doesn't make a lot of noise. Just put it down there.
Oh, that would be nice.
I'll do that during the next song, I guess,
Okay.
if I have enough time. Playing all these punk songs today, so they're not super long.
Yeah. So, we know that Friday, Over and Out on the Cinder and Star Juice is playing at Mohawk Place. But there's a bunch of other shit going on, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, so we'll come back to that one.
Oh, God.
Oh shit! I just saw that the one Hearts and Hand Grenades with Bad Kitty at Chick's Restaurant and Lanes in Angola was canceled.
Oh no.
I know, that's a big bummer. Hearts and Hand Grenades played for us once. They were great.
I went to their page today to make sure I had the right Hearts and Hand Grenades when I pulled them up on YouTube Music, and they're verified on Facebook, and they're like signed to a label. Did you know that?
No.
I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna play them anyway
Yeah.
because they're friends of ours. So what's the worst that's gonna happen? You know,
YouTube will mute us.
YouTube and Facebook. Facebook muted us last week, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, great.
I just didn't make a big deal of it. I'm just like, fuck it.
Yeah. That was the least of our problems last week.
Yeah.
Also, we have at 9 p.m. Friday at Milky's a $7 cover. We Are Blank, Real Movement, The Safety Meeting, and Gunther's Radio.
Okay.
Also, if you're on the other end of Western New York, well, maybe not the full other end of Western New York, everyone who's alive, meet up in Niagara Falls, New York.
So you can die in the toxic waste
At
dump
2
that is
p.m.
Niagara Falls, New York.
This is hosted by Snookavelli, who is a recording artist.
Okay.
I couldn't find shit on Snookavelli. He's got a page. His about section just says he's a recording artist or some shit like. It doesn't even say what kind of music it is.
So everybody who's alive, go to Niagara Falls, New York, so you can die,
Right.
because it is a literal toxic waste dump. And if you want more information on that, you can go to my other channel, Things You Might Not Know, and watch the latest video.
Which you're repping pretty hard today.
Watch the latest video about how Niagara Falls is a toxic waste dump.
Yeah.
Very informative. I learned a lot doing that video.
Yeah.
And I grew up there.
Right. Okay, Saturday, this is not music, but it is music related. The Glam Vamps present Dance Dance Revolution. This is at 47 East Mohawk Street, which, is that the same address as Mohawk Place, or is that 37?
I don't know.
It's near Mohawk Place if it's not at Mohawk Place, but I didn't see the venue listed.
I didn't want to do Wikipedia. I wanted to Google. I keep wanting to type Wikipedia. It's like usually my go-to thing I'm doing when I'm Mohawk Place. I can type.
Yeah.
Mohawk is
47. Okay, so it is.
Yes.
Okay, well, anyways, Mohawk Place, $5 cover. Get your burlesque on. See some beautiful men and women. And they always have good music. And I don't know. It sounds really fun. I haven't gotten to catch one of their shows, but...
Now, is this the Glam Vamps, like, playing Dance Dance Revolution, or did they just name the show that?
That's just the name of the show, although both would be entertaining.
I would be highly entertained by watching the Glam Vamps do Dance Dance Revolution.
I would be entertained by playing Dance Dance Revolution with the Glam Vamps. So we should
True.
see if we can make that happen.
If anybody from the Glam Vamps is watching...
Vanessa, hit me up, girl. Also on Saturday at 10 p.m., our friends in Those Guys are playing at 71 West Bar and Grill. I don't know what town that's in, but it is in New York, right?
I would imagine.
Yeah. Anyways, Tuesday, the 6th, Demaya live at Penny Lane, and that is at 7 p.m. and it is free. We also on Tuesday have the July Wellness Check-in for the Music Industry Alliance. And that's online from 7:30 to 8:30. We haven't gotten too involved with the Music Industry Alliance.
Our schedules just don't line up, unfortunately.
I know. There's only so many days in the week and so many hours in the day. But if you're an aspiring musician, promoter, I don't know, if you in any way want to be a part of the music industry in Buffalo,
I will
check
say,
it out.
We support the Western New York Music Industry Alliance, and they support us, but
Right.
we just don't. Our schedules clash, so
Yeah.
we're not able to attend their stuff, and they're not able to come and do our show. So
I believe we did buy the membership.
I don't recall doing that,
No,
but it's
we
entirely
talked
possible.
about
We talked about it, and it was, but that was like, but all your meetings are on Wednesdays, so I'm paying you to not go to your meetings.
Yeah, right. But anyways, then next Friday, the 9th, I know we're planning ahead a little bit, but there's a lot going on, so we have to pick and choose our events now.
Okay.
So the 9th, Bobby and the Pedestrians and Ancient Spaceship are at Milky's, and that's a $7 cover.
Okay.
And then Saturday, the 10th, Strange Standard Summerfest is at the Hilltop, and that's a $20 ticket price, but it's music from like 11 until like late at night. Like it's an all day, millions of bands playing, whatever. It's going to be great.
Their bass player is also injured.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I wonder who's filling in. Or if he's able to play.
It's bad luck to be in a band with me, I guess, because he's
gosh.
also in one of my. He's also in my other band. So,
And then planning ahead just a little bit more, on Monday the 12th, the July Alliance session, entitled "On the Edge" performance clinic is going to be happening. So again, if you want to get involved with the Alliance, you know, these are the kind of things that are happening.
like how you put "on the edge" in quotes, because anytime I turn on that radio station of the same name,
It's on the edge. Yeah.
I turn it on and I go rock.
Right, you do. But that's all of the events that I have going on. We do have. We should mention that Rastaman is releasing a new single with Toby Raps from Ohio.
Okay.
There's also. Here, you talk for a second.
Okay.
I didn't write all my research down.
I do want to ask you to not put your papers on top of the Xbox. I think that might have contributed a little bit to the issue. I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
It was just something I happened to notice. Was I moved your papers last week? It was warm, but anyway.
Okay. There is an album release party for Smitten for Trash
Okay.
at Nietzsche's on July 16th. So there's both music and an event for you. Let's see. And then, you know, the vinyl release for Exham Priory, which we played in the beginning of the show.
Right. If you want to pick up their Rise live album on vinyl, they have a sale going on right now. It is like a they have to hit a goal for this to come out. It's $30 for the vinyl, and I think it was like $4 shipping. I think it was like $34 overall, and you do get a full vinyl. Like, it's not just, 3 songs and 30 minutes of music. It's a full vinyl of a full live show.
That's awesome.
And that's coming out. They're putting it out on purple vinyl, $30 plus shipping. And then, once they hit, I think it was like a minimum of 30, which last I looked, they had 15 left.
Okay.
But once they hit a minimum of 30, the record company presses them, puts them out, and it gets to you.
So, do you know what show or what venue they recorded at?
I do not know.
That's definitely worth asking them.
Yeah.
But you spent some time with Nick and Dan recently.
I was to say, if you're a fan of the Nick and Dan, if you're a fan of Exham Priory, you can catch me on this week's Nick and Dan show, where they broke me out of jail. If you've been watching their show, I've been in jail on their show.
What for?
You'll find if you go back watch this week's episode, this past
Okay.
episode, I explain what happened, how I wound up in jail. Nick and Dan bust me out.
That was nice of them.
And then we drive around a little bit, just talking about whatever comes to mind, and that's going to continue into this week's episode.
Cool.
So if you're a fan of the Nick and Dan show, go or just XM Priory in general, go to their YouTube channel. You can check out the Nick and Dan show.
Yeah.
Where I am I am part of this week's show. It's the first time we've all been in the same room together in quite a while, and so it was great to see them and get to hang out with them, and
I bet.
record play some music together and stuff.
I bet. Yeah, can always count on a good time when you guys get together.
And Nick's in the he's like, how do you feel about singing this song? And I'm like, I'm okay with it, but I don't know about your viewers. And he goes, the guitar's out of tune anyway. Go ahead. Like, okay, sure, whatever. So,
hey, it's popping up on the screen. Merch.ThinkSoJoE. There's so much new merch. There's Karina's Cookies merch. There's Things You Might Not Know merch. There's Joe's Gaming Stream merch.
So here's I was gonna wear my ThinkSoJoE gaming T-shirt last night, and it's got my my avatar from my gaming channel.
Yeah.
So I put that on and I set up the green screen and I sit down and I realize, hey, there's a big green circle on my shirt.
That's brilliant.
So yeah, and my OBS cut that right out. So it's just like it's
Of
like hey,
course.
big hole in the middle of my chest that my face is popping through. But yeah, things you might not know. ThinkSoJoE Gaming, ThinkSoJoE Show shirts, Karina's Cookies shirts.
Yeah. There's mugs. There's shirts come in many colors.
Many sizes, many
Many
colors.
sizes, many colors.
We've got some. We've got some baseball tees now. We've got hoodies.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff on there. Merch.thinksojoe.com.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like the show that much, but you still want to support us, you can go to tips.thinksojoe.com and give us money.
Or you could get the I Don't Think So Joe shirt.
You could get the I Don't Think So Joe, which if you go back and watch the Nick and Dan show, I'm wearing.
Okay. Okay.
And you could get that music t-shirt I was wearing last week.
Yeah.
Get this fantastic Things You Might Not Know t-shirt. Not the Things You Might Not Know shirt that was in last week's Things You Might Not Know video, because
That's one
that
of a
was
kind, right?
that's one of a kind. I made that
mine
one.
now.
It's yours now. I made that one, and then I was like, no, I need to make this like an official shirt that I can actually buy from the people who know what they're doing. So that's available. So that shirt is available, just better. So yeah. And if you don't want to do all that, you can buy Karina's Cookies. You can either hit her up and order, or you can get them straight from Brando's Pizza.
Brando's in both North Tonawanda and starting this week in Niagara Falls.
Or you can buy, Living Brain Dead merchandise.
Yeah, you can buy all kinds of shit from us.
livingbraindead.bandcamp.com. Get that stuff.
We try to rep you guys, so
Yeah. And I'm always wearing like band t-shirts and stuff. I ran out of band t-shirts, which is why I started wearing like just t-shirts I've gotten from like Shirt Punch or from other places.
Yeah.
And Things You Might Not Know. The
And
shirt I wore,
crediting the artist.
shirt I wore this week was from Haunted Mammoth.
That's a cool name.
Which is an artist friend of mine and Brian's.
Oh.
Who she did an Edgar Allan Poe, the Raven themed set of merchandise.
Cool.
And I was like, okay, I just bought one. What do I credit on the show?
Yeah.
So wore it that week. This week I got a shirt I got from Shirt Punch on the upcoming show.
Yeah.
So, and then I got to figure out what I'm wearing for the next 2 episodes.
Well, see, you do think about what you're wearing sometimes.
For when I'm on camera.
Well, I do go on camera for this.
I don't, like, when I go to, like, a show, I'm just like, okay, I know I'm probably wearing camo shorts and, I don't know, black t-shirt with a band on it.
And your new Vans.
And my new Vans.
There we go.
Yes.
Might
Might have to get some insoles before standing on Mohawk's floor.
I know, Mohawk's floor is the worst.
Yeah, anyway, I've been stone cold stunned on Mohawk's floor before. It's the relationship I have with Grant from the Dreadnecks.
Grant is always good for a dad joke Wednesday.
Yeah.
I got to share a dad joke with him today, and he did appreciate it.
I asked you this, but they haven't heard it. How many apples grow on trees? Or how many apples grow on a tree?
I don't know.
All of them.
You smart ass.
Wait, why'd I do that? I could just easily...
Yeah.
Nope, wrong one. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that was really easy.
Anyway. Okay, guy. Yeah, it wasn't that funny. Come on. You done yet?
Oh, you gotta love how they.
Gotta get that. Anyways.
Yeah. So
So yeah, hopefully, so yeah, that's gonna be a great show on Friday.
yeah, I'm really stoked.
I
don't know what I'm wearing.
I don't know what I'm doing next weekend. So if you guys got anything
Well, we
going
just
on, I
talked
know
about
we
a
just
few
talked about
things.
some things, but we'll see next week. I'll probably decide during the show next week where I'm gonna go
Yeah.
next weekend, if I go anywhere.
Right.
This heat is like, fuck this.
It's not as bad today, except in this room.
Oh, it's just stuffy in here because we're both in here. So you got the body heat, you got the breath, you got everything.
Right.
Just
But you know what? We do have 2 new air conditioners to put in.
I get up and like I get up at like 1:30, and I'm like,
Apparently, I let him sleep in.
you did. I did tell you, but you were asleep, so this is my fault for not setting an alarm. I said I have to get up in the morning. I have to do a script. I left a script for tomorrow.
See, and now that you mention it, I do remember a dream where you had work in the morning.
Yeah, I left a script for this morning. So I woke up at like 1:30, came in here, turned the computer on. Actually, I did the thing where, you know, I give the voice command and it turns the air conditioner and the light on. And I come in here, I turn the computer on, and I go grab some Pop-Tarts. I come back in here, and while I'm eating my Pop-Tarts, preparing to repair Windows, like, what the fuck?
Fucking technology.
So I'm like, I got to do this damn script. So as soon as I was able to get on the computer, I went on and I looked, and it's like, this is due in 2 hours. Fuck. So I'm like rushing, like I hadn't done a thumbnail. I hadn't programmed music. I'm like, I have so much stuff to do. And it's like 1:30. I have 4.5 hours to do it, or 5.5 hours to do it. But still, like 4.5 hours. So I'm like, but you know, which is fine. It's plenty of time to do everything I need to do. It's just like, part of that is show promo, putting the word out that, hey, we, you know, this is what we're doing on the show. We've got Mike Jacobs from On the Cinder. We've got music from Exham Priory and On the Cinder and Hearts and Hand Grenades and Lucky 33. And like, I got up so late that the page that always promotes us, Monica's
716 Music.
716 Music, had already posted like, oh, the ThinkSoJoE at 6 o'clock tonight, with no like information about what we were doing on the show. Usually we're at the top of the post with all the information of what we're doing. And I'm just like, I slept in so long today that they got to that before I did. And I'm like, damn, like, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because once we say like, hey, we've got Mike Jacobs from On the Cinder and we've got, you know, music from these bands, people will be, oh, okay, those guys. Sure. Yeah. You know, but yeah, so I overslept.
I'm sorry.
And so anyway, so I get up, I put a shirt on.
Thank goodness, right?
And I walk out to the living room and you're like, oh, Lily just left. And I'm like in my underwear. I'm like, oh, okay. Would have been nice to know she was here.
I mean,
because like if I would have woken up like 10 minutes earlier and walked out there,
right? You
know, not that it matters, but you know,
whatever.
Yeah,
it's Lily.
Yeah,
she doesn't care.
I know, but still,
I farted.
I didn't. Yeah, that's gonna make it much better in here.
Oh my gosh! Did you saw the video I sent you on Instagram of the farts on thermal camera? That's what I was talking about.
I'm a big fan of the podcast, The Ongoing History of New Music with Alan Cross.
Absolutely.
Fantastic podcast. I know you love it. Kevin loves it. Like anybody who's ever like grown up in this area and listened to Canadian alternative rock radio loves this channel. Loves this guy, Alan Cross. And if you didn't know, he's got a podcast version of what he was doing on the radio back then. He has it. It's available wherever you get your podcasts. And it's what I listen to when I set up to do things you might not know.
Okay.
Which I didn't do it while I was setting up for things you might not know. So I'm actually now a week behind.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I listened while I was tearing down. So I got up to like the latest episode. And in the episode, it was like, here are musical questions you never thought to ask. And he starts off the show by talking about, here's some questions that you never think to ask. Like, how big is a fart? And I had just seen that video you sent me of the infrared cameras.
That's great.
So it's like, oh, okay.
Do they answer these questions?
He does answer every single question he asks on this episode.
I'm going to listen to that episode.
So that was the episode from 2 weeks ago. I still got to listen to the one from this past week.
Okay.
But I listened to that show. I was listening every week. And then when we started shooting every 2 weeks, I listened when I set up and I listened when I tear down. So I listened to 2 episodes. While I'm getting ready to do my shit, because like when I go into the booth, if I have like just like a not like over the top like YouTube or advertisement kind of script, I always try to do like that Alan Cross style.
He's so relaxed.
He's got a very calming style.
He does.
And he's got a very soothing voice, and he has a very interesting cadence to the way he
trust him when he speaks.
So I try to be like him when I'm recording stuff like that. like I try to be me, and I don't really like think about, okay, no, how would Alan do this? But like I try to do it in like, okay, I'm going to talk like Alan Cross, and I'm going to present it like Alan Cross would present this. But you know, then it kind of deviates more towards me as the thing goes on. Anyway, I had a guy today. Places an order after I got out of the studio, after I got out this morning, places an order. And then, hey, I need this today.
Yeah.
I'm 2 days late already and my usual guy, blah, blah, blah. Well, he didn't pay for 24-hour delivery. So I'm getting ready for the show. I get a message from the guy. It just says question mark.
Oh, he wants to get sassy.
So I just replied by sending him an offer for $5 for 24-hour delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, it was a question. So I said, and that was the answer. Like, dude, you are last in my queue right now. Your job is doing 36 hours.
Yeah.
I might get to it tonight, but if you want me to definitely get to it tonight, you need to pay this extra, you should have bought the 24-hour delivery.
Yeah.
Like, you have 7 people ahead of you. And the whole thing is, it's the guy's first order with me.
Yeah, if it's a regular who's in a rush, it's different.
Like, literally, anybody who's ahead of him right now, if they said, hey, can you get this to me right away? I would probably be like, yeah, sure, you don't ask for these things.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get me to do something for free, as far as like a rush job or something like that. Or like, oh, can you send this to me in a WAV file? Like, okay, but normally this is $5, but for you,
right,
because you don't ask me often, I got you. But this guy's first fucking order, hey, can you do this right away? Can you rush this? Can I get this today? Like, dude.
Everyone's special, dude.
I have 48 fucking hours from the time you place that order to deliver your shit, and you're last in my fucking queue. No.
Yeah.
You can pay me the extra $5 and I got you.
Mm-hmm.
But but because you're not due until after I would get in tomorrow night, I'm not guaranteeing you shit.
Right.
If you're not paying for it. Chances are I'll get to it because I don't have a lot in my inbox tonight ahead of him. There's maybe $30-40 ahead of him.
Yeah.
Slow night. But, I might get to him, or I might just stop when it's like, okay, next job's not due for over 24 hours. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Best way to get me to do a service I offer is to fucking pay me for that service.
That's pretty reasonable.
I don't think that's an unreasonable request. I think that's very, 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 reasonable of me to expect you to pay for what you are hiring me for.
Yeah, yeah.
And now on top of this, I got an order from one of my regulars who doesn't have a deadline. I can get it to him. I could probably deliver it a week from now, and he'll still be like, "Hey, you can get it to me anytime soon."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I always tell him, "Hey, 36 hours at the most, maybe 48. Depends on my schedule." So now that that's in there, the odds of me getting to this guy's job have drastically gone down. Because now I've got a 4,000 word, $70 voiceover where I'm just like, okay, I'm doing this before I do you.
Yeah.
Because one, I'm getting the money for this tomorrow if I do it tonight instead of like 2 weeks from now or 2 weeks from whenever you decide to mark it as complete.
Right.
So like, why am I gonna, what incentive do I have to move you ahead of other people who have not ever had the gall to be like, hey, can you do this now? When they didn't pay for rush delivery.
Yeah.
I get people in my inbox, all the time, like, can you do this in like the next, 2 hours and I'll pay you? And I mean, a lot of the time that's a no. I mean, I've definitely charged somebody like $20 for a 2-hour delivery.
Yeah.
But like, a lot of the times that's a no, because it's like, no, I have my times that I'm here.
You have a life.
And I have a life outside of here.
Yeah. Like everybody.
I do hang out in the studio a lot, but when I'm in here, I'm listening to music, I'm playing video games, I'm watching YouTube, or just hockey and wrestling, and just trying to stay out of the heat.
Yeah.
Trying to stay with his air conditioner, So, you asked me last night because there wasn't hockey on. You asked me last night if I would come out and watch NXT out there, and I did.
And we sat on the new couch, and it was lovely.
I was melting, but it was lovely.
Oh.
It was nice to sit out with you and watch TV and curl up on the new couch with you, which is very comfortable.
Yes, it is. We are very grateful.
Yeah. Okay, Laura's right. It is time.
Okay, what are we going to play now?
This is a band called Hearts and Hand Grenades.
They had a show.
You were telling me they had a show
scheduled for Friday,
and
but
it
it
is
seems to have been canceled.
apparently not happening. So this is Hearts and Hand Grenades, and this song is called Turning to Ashes on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
Your fate is chosen, corrupt emotion. Come any closer, you'll be dead now. You tried your best, but I will attest that. Seeing the real you brought me down. A sad, sad song about what went wrong, and I'm tired of listening to it. The one about how we can get out, and I'm going nowhere fast with this longing for where we belong, and I'm searching for you here. The bridge is burned that leads me home, and I'm turning to ashes. Feel this addiction to indecision. Told you the truth, you turned a blind eye. I saw the trauma from all your drama. Some people never learn their lesson. A sad, sad song about what went wrong, and I'm tired of living with the guilt. The one about how we won't get out, so I'm leaving it behind like this. Longing for where we belong, and I'm searching for you here. The bridge is burned that leads me home, and I'm turning to ashes. Longing for where we belong, and I'm searching for you here. That bridge is burned that leads me home, and I'm turning to ashes. Longing for where we belong, and I'm searching for you here. The bridge is burned that leads me home, and I'm turning to ashes. I'm turning to ashes. I am turning to ashes. Oh, I'm turning to ashes. I am turning to ashes. I am turning to
All right, that was Hearts and Hand Grenades on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
I really like them.
They are really good. We got to book them and hang out with them for a little bit.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of helpful.
Yeah, this fan.
A nice little fan going in here.
It's our only fan.
It's usually... I saw an ad for OnlyFans last night.
Oh, really?
I don't know what I was watching. We were watching something on Hulu maybe the other day. We were watching that it was a show about weed.
Oh, the weed kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, weed food.
We were watching that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an ad for OnlyFans, and they're like, bands. If you want to have exclusive content and turn your followers into subscribers, you can sign up for an OnlyFans. And I'm just like, is that what they're going for now?
Huh.
I'm pretty sure that bands would jump on that because we know what OnlyFans is meant for.
Right.
Or known for anyway. I don't know if it's meant for.
Right.
But that's,
Yeah.
I'm like, I just literally saw a commercial for OnlyFans.
I missed that. I can't explain myself.
Anyway.
I might have been asleep. I might have been in the bathroom. I spend a lot of time in the bathroom. I poop a lot.
Yeah. I miss getting paid to poop. We've talked about that.
Yeah. I feel like every 8-hour shift that you work, while you're on break, clocked out, no, fuck that. I mean, maybe also, but you don't want to spend your whole 15-minute break pooping. So clock in, do your business, wash your hands, and go to work. But do all that on the clock because you're working hard for your money.
You work hard for the money.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, but this is the mindset that I have had since I was 17 years old and had my first job at McDonald's, and continue to have with my new job.
I mean, that was
I feel like I have a really good work ethic, so if you just let me poop on the clock, I'll do it fast.
I mean, it was instilled in me very young, like in my early 20s, working at my first hotel job by a guy I worked with. His name was Carl.
Oh, okay.
And he says, if you got to poop, just, poop at work. Do it while you're on the clock, get paid for it.
I mean,
and that's
wisdom.
That's the one thing about freelancing. I'm not getting paid to poop.
No. You could bring the microphone in the bathroom with you.
I think the acoustics would suck.
They would, but at least you would. If people can get paid for smoke breaks, poop breaks, yeah, I agree, Brooke. Thank you for joining us, Brooke. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. And that's another thing. I don't smoke cigarettes, so I don't take smoke breaks, which means I don't take breaks very often. So if I have to poop, just let me go.
I mean, like trying to talk to you when you're like not home at all.
It's only when I'm going to the bathroom.
Is only when you're going to the bathroom.
I send him pictures.
You do.
Yeah.
But like trying to talk to you while you're at work or like at home, like not here is like virtually impossible.
Well, to be fair,
it's like you don't exist when you're not here. Almost.
To be fair, when we're in the same house, we usually talk over Messenger.
But we don't even do that when you're not.
Well, when I'm at work, I'm at work.
Well, I don't understand that. So I took a shower the other day because it was warm. I took a shower and I get out of the shower and I see, oh, you have a missed call from Karina. So I call you back. I'm like,
and I'm at work
you
and I'm
called?
like, what the fuck is my phone ringing for? Why is Joe calling me?
Because I would never call you otherwise unless like I thought there was something wrong. Like,
right.
So like you answered, you're like, what? I'm like, you called?
I did not call, and I could find no proof of this call.
It was a messenger call.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I could find no proof of it. And I'm like, and also I'm at work. I'm like so sweaty. So something dialed something in my pocket. All these apps are open, which I didn't even know until you called me. Like, who knows what other damage was done?
Right. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, Karina called. What the hell did Karina call for?
No, I didn't. Everything was fine. It was just dinner time.
I mean, because you don't call.
I know. I message.
Yeah, which is the way I prefer it because I don't like calling anything.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to call Spectrum today. Like, guys. And I was going to have to call, like, this way, like through Skype or something.
Yeah, because your phone. Yeah.
Because like I wasn't. My phone was.
You could have used my phone.
I could have. That's true.
That's an option.
It is true. I don't know. It was recently the anniversary of me swimming with my phone, Laura. Saw that at my time hop.
That's good.
Too bad for Karina. She gets Brooke calls once in a while.
You know what? When Brooke calls, there's the initial, oh my God, like, is everything okay? Or is she just trying to make me feel uncomfortable? And then she'll let me know, oh, I'm just trying to make you feel uncomfortable. And then everything's fine. You know, as long as everything's okay.
I have one person who calls me and he texts me first to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not free right now, but you could try me tomorrow, which this happened last week.
Yep.
My friend texted me on actually 2 weeks ago. He texted me on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, can I call you? Like, I'm busy, dude. Like, try me tomorrow. I'm free all day tomorrow. Actually, I think I had to get up. I was waiting for something. No. Yeah. No, I don't remember, but I was like, yeah, try me tomorrow. And then for whatever reason, when he tried me the next day, I was sleeping. I was like,
Yeah.
You know what? Try me Friday. Because I had to get up Friday and wait for a package, and package never ended up showing up. So I I went back to sleep, and he tried calling me, and I was asleep. So I'm like, fuck. All right, try me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I had to go get Madison. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna be up tomorrow.
And then there was that.
And then there was that, and she came over on Father's Day instead. So I went back home, went back to sleep, and missed his call again. Finally talked to him like later in the week. I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. Like everybody's fucking up my sleep patterns right now.
I know. Mine too.
Like, I mean, you know, it was, you know, at least I was up for my package when it got there on Saturday. Well, I wasn't home for it, but I got it.
You were up.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just spent $200 on a vinyl box set.
Metallica. All right. Whatever.
So Metallica has been re-releasing all of their like classic albums. They started with Kill 'Em All, then they did Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All. They did a re-release, like they didn't do a box set for it of the 598 Garage Days, which was like the first one of the remasters I picked up. Okay. Because it's like, okay, I need this because I don't have an actual copy of like the CD or anything of this. So I had to pick that up when they re-released it. It was a limited, limited time album back in the day. Like you could only get it for like 3 months in 1987. So,
okay.
But anyway, they've been putting out all these box sets with like all this extra stuff, these DVDs and demos and all kinds of stuff. So this year they're doing the Black Album, which is the album that basically launched Metallica into superstardom.
Okay.
And so they announced the box set, and they're like, we've got these demos, we've got a live vinyl, which I don't have, aside from the symphony ones, I don't have live Metallica vinyl.
Okay.
So that other than I maybe like on a 45 or something, but like a full length Metallica live vinyl, like okay. And then like here's DVDs of this stuff. Here's outtakes from the year and a half of the life of Metallica video that they put out about the making of the Black Album. They've got just all this stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, sold. When I have $230 or whatever, I'm gonna go buy it.
I just sprayed hand sanitizer into the fan, which then went into my face.
You're actually, if you read the directions on that, you just spray it and let it dry. You don't, it says do not wipe your hands. Just wasting all my hand sanitizer.
No, my hands are dirty. Remember, they smell like foot.
Anyway.
So you're talking about Metallica box sets.
So Monday.
Marketing schemes.
So Monday, they, Pop Market, who I buy a lot of vinyl from, it was their daily deal for like $200. And I'm like, I guess I'm buying this album today, saving the $30 plus the shipping.
Okay.
Because if I buy it from Metallica, it's $230 plus shipping. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be like $250, $260. So fuck it. If I go through Pop Market, it's $230.
Yeah.
So I got that. That's coming in. I think October that drops.
Okay.
So I'm super excited about that one.
Cool.
I got the Almost Famous vinyl is coming out in August to the soundtrack for the movie Almost Famous,
That I still have not seen.
which we still need to make you watch.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yes.
And what I got some other pre-orders out. I got Working Class Stiffs.
Oh, cool. They're playing Pennsylvania.
They are.
Pennsylvania. They're playing a lot of stuff coming up.
You know
I
that
think.
Blue Ridge Music Festival we've been talking about that's got like
Yes.
Limp Bizkit and it's got like all these huge bands and like somehow
The Impurity.
the Impurity are on it.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
So the Impurity posted the final lineup for this show today, and there's an addition that might make it worth it for some people.
What's this?
It is Phil Anselmo and his current band playing a set of Pantera songs. That might be worth going to see.
Are you going?
I can't.
You could go for a day.
But if I go for a day, that wouldn't be the day I would want to go, because I would want to go for the day Limp Bizkit's playing.
Okay. Why don't you just go see him at Rapids?
Because fuck Rapids. And fuck their $60 ticket price for that show.
I know. Like,
I
if you
paid
want to
less than
charge
that.
that for a show, fucking pay your employees a living wage.
I
Then
paid-
tell me that I have to pay that much money for a show.
I paid less than that to see them with Ludacris, Eminem, Papa Roach, and Exhibit back in the day.
Oh, what was the venue?
KeyBank Center.
Yeah, and it was less than a Rapids
It was
general
less than
admission
what Rapids
show?
is trying to.
Okay.
So they want $60 for that show, which is Limp Bizkit and some band I never heard of. It's two bands at Rapids for $60. For Flogging Molly, The Violent Femmes, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, and at least one other band at Main Street Armory in Rochester was
Beautiful venue.
$58.60. $1.40 less.
And you know the production value is going to be just as good.
For Bad Religion and Alkaline Trio at
Fucking legends.
at Riverworks, $44.08.
I would say Riverworks is very much comparable to Rapids.
Riverworks is bigger and better than Rapids.
I meant in size, but you think it's bigger?
I think it's bigger.
I might have to look into that.
We'll have to. You can look again when we go to see Bad Religion.
Well, I mean, I could just look up their capacity.
It's also true. That's a pretty big venue. It's a deceptively big venue.
It is, because there's levels and stuff.
Yeah. Well, then again, I'm also not. I don't think I'm factoring in the balcony at Rapids. So maybe you're right.
Yeah, they have a balcony.
What's really gonna suck is when like Steel Panther come back and play Rapids.
I know.
And be like, fuck. Can't you guys play fucking Ironworks instead? Town Ballroom, something that's not fucking Rapids.
I would like to see them at Town Ballroom. That would be a good venue for them.
I would like to see him anywhere other than Niagara Falls. I've seen him in Niagara Falls 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's the, it's, yay, Niagara Falls. You guys are playing in a toxic waste dump.
Oh, dear. Hey, Brooke, did you see the new things you might not know video?
How in the fuck, Kevin, if you're watching, how in the fuck did we do a video on Niagara Falls being a toxic waste dump and did not get a Totes McGoats reference in? How did we
Redo it. 2 videos next week.
Why couldn't that be this coming video? I
man.
would totally like just pop up the green screen and you just get me from a different angle, like, oh, and recycling program in Niagara Falls.
Oh, man.
Oh man,
Brooke, we love you.
how did we miss that opportunity?
Live and learn.
Yeah. Oh well. Next week on Things You Might Not Know, we'll learn all about a guy who had 2 atomic bombs dropped on him
Ooh.
and survived.
Sounds like a tough guy.
Sounds like a tough guy. Anyway,
Yeah.
Brooke says to send her a link later. We will. We'll make sure
Sure.
everybody, like I said, we've been getting a lot of positive feedback about that video. Everybody who's, nobody's actually commented on the actual video, which would help. Everybody's like messaging me like, hey, I watched your video on Niagara Falls. It's pretty good stuff, man. Hey, I didn't know this. Like I had one of my regular clients messages me and he goes, oh, I watched your video on Niagara Falls. I'm like, yeah, man, I grew up in Niagara Falls and I didn't know some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I knew there was a toxic waste dump. I knew it was Hooker Chemical involved. I knew the school district bought it. I knew all that. I never knew why they called it Love Canal.
All right.
Like, that name just never made sense to me. Like, I always thought it was, oh, hey, you know,
The
it's
verb love.
I thought it was like an ironic name, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like yes, the verb love canal. Like, I thought it was like an ironic name, and now I come to find out, no, there's actually a logical, legitimate reason why it's called Love Canal. If you don't know, you can watch things you might not know and find out.
Yeah, we won't spoil it for you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I learned by doing that video, and Scott Leffler had messaged me about the video.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I watched your video on Niagara Falls." Well, I think I mentioned it to him, and he goes, "Oh, I already watched it. Yeah, I knew like this stuff, but I didn't know this stuff." Like, oh, okay, cool. We're teaching you people. We're teaching you things. And then Scott says, "Here's a couple other things you might not know about Love Canal."
Oh shit.
So really, he says, "Yeah. One, it's how Al Gore came into national prominence."
No shit.
And the protester that we talk about at the end of the video, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but her lawyer in suing over Love Canal was Aaron Brockovich.
No way.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I did not know these things. Scott mentioned them to me after he saw the video.
Why didn't Scott comment those things on the YouTube channel?
I don't know. It's
Scott, step it up.
guys, likes and comments help us out so much. Not only on things you might not know, but please go over the things you might not know, watch and like the videos if you like them.
All right.
If you don't like them, you don't have to.
Don't
Thumbs down me.
thumb us down.
Don't thumbs down me to be an asshole. Like that's just a fucked up thing to do.
It is. Like, if you don't like it, keep scrolling. That's fine.
If you watch the videos and you don't like the videos, that's one thing.
Right.
If you're there like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be funny, click.
Right.
That's an asshole thing to do. So please don't do that.
Yeah.
But seriously though, for not only those, but also these.
Yes.
The ThinkSoJoE show videos, you can like them, comment, subscribe. Yeah, it's definitely subscribe.
Yeah. Comment. You can chat along with us, as some of you
If
have
you-
been doing, which we appreciate.
The best thing you can do for things you might not know, if you like the content over there, is to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
It would also help us to get likes, to get comments, just to kind of get, YouTube to be like, oh, people seem to like this content and start, promoting us more.
Yeah.
We've got one video from 3 years ago that is like our top video.
Yeah.
And to this day gets more views than any other video we have.
Which one's that?
And that is the Unexpected Math Genius.
Oh.
And if you haven't seen that one, it's about a guy who he showed up late for class. There was a problem written on the board. He wrote it down thinking it was homework, went home and solved it. He comes back a couple of days late with the homework. And he said, I'm sorry it's late. It was just seemed to be a really difficult question, but I think I got it. And the professor looks it over. And he sends it to his colleagues, and they look it over. This guy solved this math problem that had gone unsolved for hundreds of years that the professor had written on the board
That's pretty cool.
because he thought it was homework.
And he thought he was already riding the fucking, yeah.
And somehow this video, which is now 3 years old, and it's
Not the best production quality
not
that
the
you've
best,
done.
not the best production quality I've done. It's me standing in front of the green screen, like bouncing around, chaotic, like manic energy, like a nervous energy.
Yeah.
And like, I still get likes and comments and views on that all the time. Of like, what's this guy doing with his hands? Hey man, you should switch to decaf, shit like that. To which I'm always like, have you seen any of the newer videos?
Yeah.
Which the way I actually changed the way I shoot videos in between videos. I did the Niagara Falls video, and then I've got the one that's coming up next week. And in the meantime, I'm like, because when I shot the Niagara Falls video, I had a microphone like right here, right out of frame. And like anytime I had to get up to like hit the teleprompter to like move the, scroll it back up if I made a mistake, it would like get caught in my shirt.
Huh.
So it's like, man, I wish I had a bigger mic stand to like do an overhead. So I was like, wait a minute, if I move it from over here to over here and then just put it up here, so it's just right out of frame. And now I can just shoot like from waist up.
Yeah.
And like fit more shit in the background of the videos behind me.
Yeah.
Except the thing is now you can see my hands again. And I catch myself at points like talking with my hands.
Which you do.
But for the most part, it's a lot calmer than like what I used to do.
It is.
Because I'm sitting down, so I can just, I don't have to figure out what to do with my hands when I'm not moving them. I can just put them down here.
Yeah.
So they're still a lot better than those old ones. The video quality, the sound quality, everything's so much better. Shout out to Rode Mics for making me sound so much better.
Rode Mics.
Rode Mics has saved my ass this week.
Heck yes.
I tweeted, a picture of the Rode microphone up above where it's supposed to be, and I'm just like, man, this place looks more and more like a real studio every week. And then I sent them a tweet the other night because I couldn't get on the computer.
Right.
And I was like, Rode microphones, my Rodecaster Pro saved my ass tonight.
Yeah.
Because I was able to still record without my computer or without use of my computer, literally sitting in the booth with my phone, recording directly into the SD card on the Rodecaster. Like, that saved my ass.
Yeah.
That was just like amazingly convenient to be able to do. So, we're not sponsored by them, and we don't
We're
have
just fans.
I'm just a huge fan. I keep telling them I wish they would, not sponsor, endorse me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I keep buying their products.
Right.
You got two in the shot right here. All of any pictures you see of me in the booth, I'm talking into a Rode microphone. My Rodecaster is like where we play all the music from, and just so like, and I use a Rode microphone for the videos now. Yeah. So like, I wish they would endorse me. But anyway, we gotta go.
Got 15 seconds left. What do we got coming up?
So Lucky 33, actually, we'll let it go over a second or two here. But Lucky 33, when I was doing band shirts for things you might not know, I said I always put out a thing. Hey, who's got merch on Bandcamp? I will buy from Bandcamp Fridays, so you get all the money and all that.
Yeah.
Lucky 33. Well, yeah, we got merch. We got merch. So I went to their page, I bought a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And like a week and a half later, actually probably like half a week later, I get a message from Jared from Lucky 33, like, hey, I'm going to send it out tomorrow. I've just been busy with work and stuff. Hey, man, no problem. So now it's been a couple of weeks, and I'm sitting here, and I say, hey, I wonder whatever happened to my Lucky 33 shirt. So I found Jared's message, and I messaged, hey, you ever get a chance to send that shirt out? He says, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I forgot it. I'm just like, dude, it's cool. Like, don't worry about it. Like, just, get it when you can. Yeah. He said, no, I'm going to go right now, and I'm going to send it out. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So he's like, he goes out, sends it out, comes home, sends me a message. Oh, I threw a bunch more stuff in there because I felt so bad. I'm like, dude, you had work. You've been busy. It's cool. Right. Life happens. I wasn't worried about it. Right. I just wanted to, nudge you a little bit. Like, hey, did you ever get a chance? I wasn't like mad about it.
Right.
And he messaged me today. He's like, hey, did you ever get the shirts? Like, yeah, I got the stuff, dude. So I really appreciate it. So he sent me 2 T-shirts, like 4 CDs, a cassette, some pins, some stickers, just all kinds of
the works.
Yeah, all kinds of Lucky 33 swag, and we popped in a couple of the CDs, and you said, oh, well, we'll have to play them on the show this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I absolutely agreed, so we are, and this is Lucky 33, and this song is called PBR on All WNY Think So Joe Show, and we'll see you next week.